Hey guys, so this is part two. If you haven't seen part one, please go down to my channel. It'll be right there. But yeah, let's get back into it. This is probably gonna be a shorter part two. But basically, we went the next month, and because I was nervous, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna stay there. So I just wanted to save up all my money to get that ring because I fell in love with that ring. Well, this ring, it's mine. I fell in love with the ring. I was just like, it's perfect. Like everything, I kept looking. There were just so much, because at the time everyone liked the 3 big diamonds in the middle, and I hated that. I just hated that type of engagement ring, and I don't know, it's just too much, and I just didn't want it. So I was like, I just want a simple princess cut diamond ring. And that was just how I wanted it. Like I just felt like I just wanted something simple with an okay statement, and this ring was perfect. So I didn't want to take the chance of it not being there when we come back. So we went back, the ring was there. I was like, yes, great. I told my mom, I was like, oh, they didn't have the ring at the time. I told her some bullshit or whatever. So I just said they gave us a placement ring, and then we're gonna come pick it up next month or whatever. So anyway, I went, and when we went there to go get our engagement ring, we ended up picking out our wedding bands as well, because she's like, oh, might as well just pick out your wedding band. So that's what I got, my wedding band. And again, I didn't want my wedding band to stand out of my engagement ring. I always love this type of look on married people, like where the diamond, it's a diamond and then just a regular wedding band. So I told her that's what I wanted. I wanted the diamonds similar in style to the engagement ring. So you see how I have little stud diamonds here. I wanted it to be like that. It's a little bit bigger, but it fit perfectly when I tried it on. So I was just like, oh, perfect. It looks beautiful. I love it. So I ended up getting that one. And then my husband's wedding band, he didn't really care. I like the simple, just gold, but I don't like gold. So I never like a gold. I'm not a gold person. I'm very like silver or white gold. So is my husband. So he's like, I don't want really gold. I hate gold. And I kind of wanted them to match. So the salesperson was like, oh, yeah, I got you. And she took out this wedding band for my husband. And it's a simple white gold wedding band with, I think, 10 diamonds like going across. And when he put it on, it was like perfect. And he's like, oh, dude, I like it, because it's not simple. And that's what the salesperson said too. It's like, it's kind of unique too, because it has that going across. So I'm like, yeah. So we ended up picking that up. Well, not picking it up. We ended up ordering it and having it on layaway, and we were paying it in installments. And I was just like, we'll get it closer to the wedding, because, we don't need the wedding bands now. And it was a year before our wedding. Or at that time, I didn't know when the wedding date was. So, yeah, we went, and that's pretty much how we got engaged. He never went down on one knee. Even with the fake one either, he never went down on one knee. I've always wanted that, but I told him, I said to him, I said to John, I was like, oh, you were never able to do the whole will you marry me spiel. And so I was like, why don't you pick up the ring? We have the money. Why don't I not go with you? You pick up the ring, and you don't give it to me until you're ready, and you can make this whole big thing that you want. he goes and he's like, oh no, you know about it and you bought it and you picked it out and blah blah blah, it's not gonna be a surprise. I'm like, dude, but I wouldn't know when you were gonna give it to me, so I'd still be a surprise. You could make a nice romantic thing out of it, do a date, give me the ring. Oh, you're gonna be expecting it. And I'm just like, dude, like, I wish that he would have done that, because it would have been nice. It would have been a nice story to tell. I mean, our first type of meet is a really funny story, but our engagement isn't. And he just kept fighting, like saying all this, oh, it just won't be a surprise, oh, you know about it, you know the ring, you're just gonna know when it's coming, and blah 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 and shit like that. And I was trying to do everything until I was just like, all right, you know what, forget it, I'm just coming. So I ended up going and picking up my ring by myself, and I just put it on. Like, that was pretty much it. And honestly, like I said, I wish that he would have planned something out. Maybe he gave me roses with it or something, but he never did. But I let it go, because you need to learn how to let things go. But remember that, guys, because in the future it keeps coming up, so it's annoying. But yeah, that was pretty much it with the engagement. And yeah, so after we got engaged, after I got the actual wedding ring, I went to my mom and I showed it to her. I said, see, this is the one that I wanted. It's for a ring. It's so pretty. It has a blue sapphire. I told her all the thing. She's like, oh, wow, great. Now that you have the real wedding ring, she was like, I think I think John should go and ask your dad to marry you. So I was like, okay, I'll tell him. He was at my house, and I was like, dude, I think you should go. My mom thinks that, I don't think I said my mom, but I was like, I think you should go and ask my dad if you can marry me and have a talk with my dad. So, he was like, okay. And he's like, oh, what do I say? And I'm just like, basically just say that, you love me and you really want to be with me, and, you're hoping that you would have his blessing to marry me and whatever. So John's like, okay. So he goes to my dad and says basically the same thing that I said. And my dad's like, yeah, sure, whatever. She's your problem now, kind of like that. And they laughed or whatever, and it was over with. And Mom was like, oh, okay, great. And I was like, Mom, he did it. And Daddy said yes. And he's like, Mom was like, oh, okay, great, good. So now you guys are engaged or whatever. And so that was pretty much it with that. And then like a couple days later, or maybe like a week or two later, my mom was like, oh, now that you guys are officially engaged, I think we should what did you say? I think we should go and look for do an engagement party for you. And I was like, oh, okay, if that's what you want. So that's what happened, and I guess that's gonna be the next video. So guys, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.